My name is Tahir Naim and we are studying Management Information System. So far we have got 15 lecture in today's lecture number 16. The topic of our today lecture is system analysis. In this lecture we will analyze the system. Outline of our today lecture. First of all, we will study system analysis. Then we will discuss computerized versus manual environment. Then we will discuss system analyst. What is system analyst? Then we will discuss system design. Then we will discuss designing usable and complete input. Then we will discuss designing well-defined output. Then we will discuss designing file or database. Then we will discuss designing user interface. First of all, we study system analysis. System analysis can be defined as the study of business problem domain to recommend improvement and specify the business requirement for the solution. So basically, system analysis is about to recommend improvements or any specify the business requirement for the solution, or we can define the system analysis a problem solving technique that decompose a system into its component pieces for the purpose of studying how will these components parts works and interact to accomplish their purpose. So basically, in system analysis we break down the whole system into different components and study each of these components and study these individual components that how efficient are able to meet the user requirement or the purpose for which it is designed. System analysis helps to create an understanding of the business processes, their linkage with one another, the parameters governing the data flow within the business, the controls and check built into the process, and the reporting needs in a business where a problem exists or for which the software need to be designed. So basically, in system analysis we understand what is the business process of the particular organization and what are their connection with a connection of the different components with one another, and what parameters are there to control the flow within the of data within the business, and control and checks or checklist which must be inserted into the process, and what reporting needs the business have, and what are the problem in the existing system if that need to be inserted. System analysis creates the understanding and lays out the necessary relationship that will assist in defining a solution to the problem or design the proposed software that will meet the user needs. So basically, system analysis is basically about we understand and lead the what are the necessary relationship and different components and what problems are there, so that we can design the system or the software so that it will meet the requirement of the user. These 2 points may be understood as providing means for undertaking the following task. So the following task must be accomplished. So a technique to map the system under study. So basically, system analysis is mapping of the system which are currently under consideration to drill down into various aspects of the business process without losing the sight of complete system. So in system analysis, various aspects, various features of the business process is studied. Keep in mind without having to indulge in the complete system. To understand the workability, functionality of the subsystem and their role in achieving objectives of the system as well as control and check in place. So basically, the functionality of the subsystems are checked and what role they play in achieving the objectives of the all organization, and what control and checks should be placed in the system that or objective may be achieved. to establish a relationship level of interaction of each system with another component of the system. And also it is necessary that every component have the connection with other component, so that we can access one component from the other component. Computerized versus manual system. So information system are designed and developed for both types of environment. System analysis is done in both situations, covering business process and flow of document. So basically the computerized and manual system, basically their overall goal is same, but their environment is different, their requirement is different, while their flow is different. System analysis is done in both situations. So system analysis is done on the both systems, business process flow and the Word document flow from each other. Documents being prepared to record transaction. So in all the computerized or manual system, documents is basically prepared so that transaction can be recorded. So any transaction within the computerized or manual systems are prepared. Point of origin of the data and documents. So we also discuss and point out from where data is generated and where it is where data can be imported and the document. Who is responsible for originating? So we have to make it possible that who is responsible for data entering and originating. Destination, filling point or ultimate storage. So what is the destination, final destination of where the document, all the document go, or final phase of the documentation, or filling point where it is stored, or ultimate storage in both computerized and manual system. Relationship between various division of business in terms of data being received and recorded from different transactions, financial and non-financial. So basically in computerized or manual system, we have to record the division of businesses and where what data is being inserted from which department and where it is recorded and what effect it has on different components of the system. They may include financial or non-financial components. Control device to ensure accuracy and integrity and reliability of data. So controls are put into place so that our data is accurate and it's not corrupt and reliable. Reports generated, frequency and distribution thereof to various users. So if we need a report, it must be generated, and if any user read, it must be according to his requirement. And if he someone want frequent access to the data or reports, it must be made sure and it must be distributed so that timely action can be taken. The difference between the manual and computerized system environment arises due to the following reason, quite simply because of different nature of environment. So basically computerized and manual system are two different environment, and there are major difference are stated here. Local access control issue is a computerized, a logical control access issue is a computerized environment. So in computerized environment, logical access control can be granted to any user. Duplication of clerical work generally observed in manual environment is eliminated in computerized environment. So in manual environment there may be a duplication of the work between different departments inside the organization, while in computerized environment we were able to discard the duplication and it can be inserted from one component. It can be automatically forward to other component. Automatic generation of specific reports in computerized environment is opposed to manual compilation. So basically in computerized environment we can generate the report required by the user in a very in a frequent manner, while in a manual system it is not possible because we have to compile all, we have to look through our data and compile insert this data to compile the report. Data integrity is more fully secured in computerized environment with the addition or authorized changes in the data being automatically updated for all purposes through a single effort is opposed to making changes or updating in each register or record affected by the same in manual environment. So basically in computerized environment, data is basically, we can believe the accuracy of data because it is a fully secure environment, while if you want to change a data, it can be done within the click of single mouse button, while if you want to change the data inside the manual environment, it must be entered into each register in different departments. So there is maybe there are chances of errors in the data. Drill down function to conduct analysis of recorded data is available in a computerized environment as opposed to undertaking a manual analysis of the data. So basically, if you want to analyze the data inside the system, it is readily available in computerized environment, while if the same function is needed in the manual system, then we have to look into the whole record of different departments, and it's a very tiresome process to look inside the all the data of different departments. So it's a very costly, time intensive process. Flexibility of presenting data is desired, or different formats including specified data which should be shown graphically is available in computerized environment, while there is a flexibility in computerized system, so that the data which needed to be presented is presented in different form, which it can include a graphical form, which we can produce graphs inside the computerized system easily with if we enter the data, or it can fetch the data from different from its database. Data security and confidentiality can be ensured to a higher degree in computerized environment, while our data is secure and it is confidentially cannot be compromised in computerized environment, because every user is granted a specific permission and it cannot access other data which for which permission is not granted. So data security and confidentiality is very secured in the computerized system. System analyst. So here, who is system analyst? These are knowledge workers who facilitate the development of information system and computer application by bridging the communication gap that exists between non-technical system user and system designer and developer. Basically, system analyst is a person who has a deep knowledge of the computer information system and computer application, while he is also in a knowledge of the business environment, business process. So his primary goal is to bridge the gap between a system programmer or developer and the end user or non-technical user system. Why do we need a system analyst? So the question arises, if there are any necessity for the system analyst. System analyst work is a link between business people and computer programmer. Business people may define the business to be computerized, establish scope of computerization. However, they may not fully understand the capabilities and limitation of modern information technology. Basically, system analyst is a building between it fulfilled the gap between computer programmer and business person. So because business person want to computerize his system, but he does not understand how the system works or what tools are available and how it can be done, while computer programmer doesn't understand how business is run and what are the primary requirement or scope of the business on. Computer programmer apply information technology to build information system which solve these problems but need not fully understand the businesses users they are computerized or supporting. So basically a computer programmer is not able to fully grasp the business process, and if you want to build a computerized computer program for the system which he does not understand that what is the usage or what can be achieved by the computerization of all the process. System analyst due to their expertise in development. So basically system analyst is expert in development, knowledge of business process, he has complete knowledge of business process, awareness of industry based practices. So he is basically expert how the this system perform, and he bridge the gap by translating scope of computerization and how system will handle the transaction flow and relationship between various aspects of the business for programmer, while keeping the overall objective and requirement both corporate and IT related in perspective. Basically system analyst works is a translator who fulfills the needs of the businesses, while also keeping in view the limitation or the features of the modern information technology. System design. System design may be defined as a problem solving technique that reassemble a system component back into the complete component. This may involve adding, changing, deleting pieces relative to original system, or alternatively is the process or art of defining the hardware and software architecture, components, module, interfaces and data for computer system to satisfy the specific requirement. So basically system design we basically solve the business problem, and different techniques are applied and different components are built and they are integrated together to work as a system. Once existing system initialized and user requirement established, they need to be either incorporated into an existing computer system or assist in development of a new system. So whenever a system analyze the user requirement, so it may be integrated into the system which already runs, or a brand new system can be developed keeping in view of this requirement. The major component of the system design are designing usable and complete input. So basically we design the input of what should be entered into the system. Designing will define a usable output with flexibility to redefine presentation of output in any form. Designing file or database. So here we also design the database, or what type of data will be stored in the database. Designing user interface, or how the system will look into the how the system will be presented to the user. So how input screen should be designed so that whenever user want to enter the data or he want to see the data, how it must be presented to the user. Designing the usable or complete input. These include the design of input forms to record data. So basically whenever we want to record data, there must be a form to fill in which data must be entered. The input form should be accurate, easy to use, consistent and simple. So whenever we want to design this form, it must have accuracy and very simple to use, consistent and simple. Preferably the input form should not differ too greatly from the manual input form being used by the businesses. as this can help in change management process. All primary parameters pertaining to the various input form must be defined as a part of input design. Basic information pertaining to various entities, supplier, customer, employees, and chart of account. There are cases where the definition were incomplete, resulting in inability to produce a report on the basis of undefined parameter. This greatly care and diligence is required when understanding this task, undertaking this task. So basically, here in this part, we design a system, design an input system where the user enter the system, and it is emphasized here that it must not vary greatly from the same system which minimally is used on. Designing the well-defined output on. Various considerations need to be kept in mind while defining parameters for the desired output. These should generally focus on assuring purposeful output on. Word purposeful output on. Providing output is defined and required by the user, so it must be able to present the output requested by the user and according to the requirement of the user. Providing appropriate information, it must provide good information. Assuring distribution of output is per client specified requirement. It must be able to distribute the system to different user is demanded by the user. Minimizing throughput time and query time. It must be able to minimize or efficiently generate report. If user requires some information, it must generate must present this data within the short period of time. Ensuring that output is available in client required mode. So the output must be able to in the format which is demanded by the user. Many business managers, due to lack of knowledge, are not able to realize their future reporting needs or even define the end-to-end output requirement or linkages as they assume these will be produced magically by a computer. Unfortunately, the unexpected wishes cannot be turned into reality unless someone at the design and development stage has specified these needs and same have been accordingly parameterized. In situations where this is not done, output designing becomes an open-ended process which is neither time or cost beneficial for organization. Designing file or update. This serves the following purpose. Data accessibility is ensured to the user and as according to the format and when required. Data consistency. Data must be accessible to the user and data must be consistent. Data must be updated in a timely manner so that data may be available to a whole system at the same time. Data is efficiently processed and stored. Data must be stored quickly and processed efficiently. Data integrity, which is correction of data, is ensured. This doesn't mean the incorrect amount entered into the computer will automatically corrected because the computer only records what is entered. If there is error in entering predefined parameter, these would be corrected or thrown up as an error. Further, data processing according to the predefined procedure every time around without any change unless an error has been caught to the program handling the data. Designing the user interface. The design of what the user sees on the screen, that is interface, while ensuring data should be such that user is familiar with. The information should be entered in the logical sequence. If a user wants to add an employee to the employer master file, the information may be entered in the following sequence. So if here basically the user designing his user interface is how the employees or different people want to enter the data. So here is the example. If you want to enter the data of the employee, so first of all employee ID will be entered. So employee ID can be automatically generated by the system, or it can be manually entered by the user. Second is the name of the person or employee. What is the address of the employee? what is the contact information of the employee, the next of kin, what is grade, what is designation, and what is the salary detail of the person. So these are the references from where I have prepared my lecture. Any question regarding today's lecture, feel free to email me. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.